Hi everyone, welcome to my brand new YouTube channel. Today I'm going to share with you everything you can see on my gaming setup. So first up is my TV. Now it'll probably come as a shock to most of you who followed me on Instagram for the past couple of years, but my TV is a very old Samsung Smart 3D 48-inch LED TV. The model code is UE48H6400. Yep, it's not even in 4K. A quick Google search of my TV will also come up with pictures of dinosaurs and other prehistoric devices from days gone by. Now, at the time, I'm sure this was top of the range, but sadly, with my budget, I've had to be selective with what tech I choose to upgrade. I believe I've had this TV since 2014, and before you say it, I know it's due an upgrade. I mainly play games on this TV when I'm creating my POV gaming videos or other pieces of content on social media. I post these videos over on my Shorts channel on YouTube, Instagram and TikTok. All will be linked for you to check out down in the description. I remember when I first picked up this TV and noticed how cool the smart remote control was. Now I know there's probably much better available these days, but I was buzzing with it back in the day. Maybe I could donate it to some kind of tech museum in the future. Now I do the majority of my gaming downstairs on a really smart top of the range Samsung TV. Yeah, this TV is a beast and it reminds me every day what my gaming setup upstairs is missing out on. Let me know if in the future you'd like to see me do a gaming setup style review on this TV. I don't really show this on my socials as much, but I prefer the aesthetic of my gaming setup upstairs. The next piece of tech is actually behind my ancient TV and underneath my gaming setup. These are my LIFX Lightstrips. I've seen loads of my friends using these lights over on Instagram for the past couple of years now. Now these are still a relatively new addition to my setup. I was sent these as part of a promotion with LIFX over on my Instagram account. They were super simple to set up and I'm actually really surprised at how easy they improve your gaming setup. Now excuse the wires in my secret little drawer mess. I've got them plugged in down here and I've fed the wires out the back to where the lights are placed on my setup. You can control the lights using the LIFX app or your smart home device, which is really cool. In my case, I just use the app. I found it really straightforward to use and to explore all the different options the lights actually offer. Next up are my gaming consoles. I'm one of those jack of all consoles, master of none at the moment. I've drifted between PlayStation and Xbox now for so many years. How about you guys? What are your go-to consoles these days? I think since March 2021, when I finally got my hands on a PS5 console, it's easily become my most used console. I just love everything about it, even if sometimes I'm playing on a prehistoric TV. It's actually still fun. I'll create a video in the future going more into detail on games I've enjoyed playing on the PS5, but at the moment my latest pickup's been Kena, Bridge of Spirits, and it's been awesome so far. It genuinely feels like you're playing like a Pixar movie at times with how good it actually looks. My main console for the last generation of gaming was the Xbox One X. I've loved using this console and mainly play on my Xbox for multiplayer games with friends, and I can't wait for Halo Infinite and Forza Horizon to release later this year. One thing I've really loved about using the Xbox recently is the amount of games that are constantly being added to the Game Pass. It's a class way to find games that I've never even heard of. I even try out games I'd never got around to purchasing at the time of release. I bought my Nintendo Switch Lite back in January 2020. I was hoping to use it a lot more for travelling, but since the pandemic hit, and that basically put a halt to all my planned adventures, so it's just been gathering dust on my setup. I really enjoyed playing Zelda Breath of the Wild and Pokemon Sword though, so I'm hoping the new Pokemon game coming out this year will give me the excuse to pick it up and start playing with it again. The headsets I use for my gaming sessions are not too expensive and do the job for me. First up is my Astro A20 headset, recommended to me by a few friends on Instagram. It's my first ever Astro gaming headset and I'd recommend this to anyone who's looking to get a new headset and is on a budget like what I was. On my Xbox I've been using the Razer Thresher headset. I've been using this headset for so many years now. As you can see, it's starting to show its age. I think this is actually the first headset I've had where the leather's cracked due to how much it's been used. Also, both of the headsets are still comfortable to wear for long gaming sessions if you have to sometimes wear glasses like I do sometimes myself. Sometimes when I'm either watching YouTube, Netflix or gaming just by myself, I take off my headset and turn on my surround sound. Now I have 4 speakers and 1 subwoofer in my room. 2 speakers are placed on either side of my TV, 2 more located behind where I sit in opposite corners of the room. The subwoofer is actually underneath my setup, you probably saw it earlier. It's basically a big black dust magnet. Then I've just hidden the wires underneath my carpet to try and tidy it up a little bit. These days I mainly just use 2 controllers, a white DualSense that came with my PS5 and an Xbox Phantom, I think it's called the Xbox Phantom custom white controller, which I bought maybe 2 years ago now. The controller that isn't being used tends to sit on this little fella. My Baby Yoda controller by EGX Pro. The detail is actually really impressive too. I'd love to own more controllers in the future when more custom styles get released for the PS5. I used to have controller wall mounts next to my setup, but I recently decided to take them down and try and change the look of my setup without spending any cash. I might put them up again in the future, who knows. Up next are my pop vinyls. Now, I haven't really gone out my way to build a collection of sorts. I've mainly received them as gifts for Christmas or past birthdays. Do many of you collect pop vinyls? So on this shelf just here we have some books that help keep me motivated to create content on social media. There's 3 books by an author called Austin Kleon. They are Steal Like an Artist, Keep Going, and Show Your Work. I'd recommend these books to anyone who enjoys creating content for the internet. One of the other books I recently picked up is called Contagious, Why Things Catch On by Jonah Berger. This gave me some great insight into how to create content more tailored towards going viral, which has been really useful for YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels and TikTok. So you've made it to the end of my very first video on the channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch it all. I'll make sure to do future update videos around my setup as and when the upgrades happen over time. I promise there'll also be an upgrade to the TV in the future, fingers crossed. Let me know down in the comments what would be the first thing you guys would upgrade to my setup if it was yours. Thanks for watching.